Hello everybody, welcome back to another Path of Champions playthrough. I'm going to be trying to beat Aurelion Sol, and I'm going to be using the first champion everyone plays in the mode, Jinx. She is one of the strongest champions in the mode. I love playing this deck, and so I just wanted to do it. It's one of those like, I have little doubt that she can beat Aurelion Sol, but I just want to play it, and that's just kind of the mood I'm in. So I was kind of considering a few different champions. I decided, like, you know what, let's just do this. For Jinx, lately I've been running Plunder. She costs 2 less. Jinx's biggest problem in her own deck is that she costs a lot of mana, and it's hard to deploy all the cards to get rid of her, or get rid of her hand. So I have enjoyed using this along with the Loose Cannon's payload. When I'm summoned, discard your hand, then create that many Pow Pows in hand. Those Pow Pows are going to just be 2 mana deal 3s, but when you discard all of those cards, she is going to flip very quickly, and then you're going to draw 2 cards a turn, and it goes quite well. Overall, I'm happy with how this works. Oh, one final note. Because of her power that deals damage to the enemy nexus, this means that she'll always cost 2 less. Now, I have not actually used these together. I've used one or the other, but never both. And I just want to see how it would work, and it seems like the sort of combination that could go very, very well. If I'm wrong, then we'll find out pretty quickly, I suppose. But let's hop in. This is also not one of the ones for that I need to do. She's not Targon, not Demacia, and not Bilgewater, but I'm gonna ignore that. I just want to play Jinx. And I've got time to do those adventures. I'm level 28 and a half, like, oh no, I'll delay getting to level 30 a little bit and maxing out. Oh, how terrible. So we see a few good ones. Jinx doesn't need anything specific, right? Everything in Jinx's deck, everything Jinx does is just play more cards. Just do whatever it is you want to do. Win however you want to do. Your power will just give you damage onto your opponent's units. It'll give you damage to your opponent's nexus. Doesn't really matter, right? All of these would work. Cards you draw cost 1 less this round. Oh my gosh, I cannot talk. Cards you draw cost 1 less this round is a pretty decent card. She draws a lot of cards draw cards. It all works together. Round start, give your weakest ally +3/+3. She has a lot of units in play typically because she makes a lot of units very quickly. Getting a free 3/3 boost to something's stats is very good. I'm going to take your created cards cost 1 less because I like that. I think it is one of the sillier powers if you know you're going to have it. Some decks like almost need this. Jinx does not, but Jinx's deck does create a number of units between the Super Mega Death Rocket from Jinx leveling up, and then the other one from her power, and also because I'm playing when I'm summoned, discard your hand and draw that many Pow Pows, or create that many Pow Pows. All of those will now cost 1. Wonderful! I love cheap things, so let's go. Our... Well, maybe this will just be a really short video. Game start. All players start with 10 mana gems. There's also no way to prepare for this. Normally you would take cards, knowing that you're going to play against Karma, you would take cards for Karma. We can't do that. And they are going to play a level 2 Karma that will quadruple in size on turn 1. I'm starting to think we might have a problem. Well, at the very least, we definitely want to find... I think we're about to have a ton of Pow Pows in hand, so I'm not going to keep that in hand. All of our Pow Pows will cost 0. Neat. I forgot that it had that. The -1 cost. Wow, this is like my least favorite card in her deck, and oh, thank God we drew her. Oh, right, because she's over level 20. We'll just draw her anyway. Okay, well, you know what? That's not the worst.
My spirit is an unquenchable fire.
Now, what is the worst is this stupid 10-14 Karma. So we're going to play a Boom Crew Rookie, which will...
Hang on, Fuzzball.
Which will do... Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. She's not a 10-14, she's a 20-27. Neat. We can discard our entire hand right now, and we'll make a Scrap Scuttler, and we will get several Pow Pows. Is that worth it? Maybe? Do we think we could whittle her down from 27? Actually, she'll just die before she gets whittled to that low. That's funny. I'm just gonna discard as many cards. We are basically just a burn deck at this point. We are trying to hit them in the face as hard as we possibly can. Because that's kind of all we got, and we'll just throw away whatever we need to make that happen, honestly. They have no mana, they can't, like, counter our one of our death rockets, so it doesn't really matter what's going on here as far as them trying to stop it.
I didn't do anything.
Block, block.
Backfired.
And then I think this just kills them. Not exactly how I envisioned this going, but very funny. It's the sort of thing that we could only do because we started with 10 mana, but... Well, I guess we could have done it with 3 mana. We could totally have just done that with 3 mana, as long as we had a 1-card card in hand. Which we did. Worth noting. However, we would not have been able to do it turn 1. They didn't even get to attack barely before they just died. They did technically attack into a bunch of, worthless units anyway. I'm going to take the Sump Dredger just because play discard card, draw card is good. And we also have a couple, so we're just putting a pickaxe onto that card. I was really worried about that level, and I'm still kind of back on how, like, oh, well, I guess actually, never mind, it doesn't matter in particular. Neat. Here's the issue. None of this is good. But just because it's not good, it doesn't mean we have to care. Because we're playing Soraka. I'm sorry, no, we're not playing Soraka, jeez, I read that. We're playing Jinx. What we play doesn't matter as much as that we're doing Jinx things. But so is there anything that like actively gets in the way of doing Jinx things? I guess like this guy drawing a card is actually kind of good, can be kind of good. This thing shuffling copies into the deck I actually probably don't want. This gains life, that's not bad. This gives a mana gem, that's pretty useless. This gives an extra mana gem. This gets its cost gets reduced each turn that it's in your hand. Interesting. This, I don't think is ever in trade. I'm just going to re-roll this. I don't think I like any of it. That's where I'm landing on it. I don't want things to cost more. I would otherwise just take Nami here. I would take Nami if this thing didn't cost 4. I don't want this to cost 4. I like this card. I want it to cost 2. I want it to be cheap. I want cheap things. Same with this deal. Ugh. What's this? Just extra mana gems everywhere. It's kind of wild. I'm re-rolling again. I didn't like any of that. Honestly, not a huge fan of any of this. I don't know that I've ever used 3 re-rolls on... Okay, Vayne. Vayne's cheap. There are multiple starter free attacks over here. Wild. I'm going to take Demacian Steel, Steadfast Elk, and Vayne, though. This Vayne is huge. One, it's going to be a 6/5. We have an Elk that's got Regenerate. That's not the most useful, but it's cheap. Key part. It's cheap. Demacian Steel. +1/+1. I like cheaper cards in Jinx's deck. Although, with the kind of instant win button, maybe I just don't need to care as much. I'm going to go up. I want to get another Jinx into the deck from the champion chest. I wonder if I'm like... I like cheap cards because I want to be able to play something, trigger Jinx's ability, and then kind of move forward. Or at least when I'm ready to. Like, I probably want to get this Vayne out, too, sometimes. Do we need the Thump Dredger? That's his. Gotta look at his powers. Deal 1 to all the player's damaged units. Game start. Foe adds a random item to each card in their deck. Okay. We're gonna draw a champion. Okay, well, no. We're gonna draw Vayne. Okay, I'm gonna shuffle back the Vayne, actually. We'll probably just draw Vayne. And some Dredger... Some Dredger's good. We'll keep it. Ugh. Okay, well, we drew the jury rig that we wanted to draw for the turn. We draw a Vay, or a Jinx, I mean. And now we don't have a play, so we will pass.
Ready.
I'm just going to pass and hold up mana. Because then we can use this to kind of counter whatever they're doing. What is this? Deep, and I'm a sea monster. Well, that's not good for you, but it's not terribly relevant. We could play Jinx this turn. As it is, I think that I'd rather get a little bit more of a board presence out. I mean, maybe I don't need to, but like maybe my problem is I'm thinking about this like I'm playing Jinx without these items equipped, where I can more or less kind of pop off whenever I want. They just don't attack because they would kind of lose their units badly, so I suppose. Suppose not really a problem. I mean, I guess, like, I'm fine getting Vayne out. Yeah, let's play Vayne.
Demons walk among us, masquerading as men.
Weird thing, she doesn't have quick attack or first strike or anything. So, I might actually just go with... Do I tumble? Do I even care about tumbling? Maybe I don't care about... Well, I mean, why not? Let's just do it. Let's tumble, we'll get in a free attack. Attack them for 6, and then... I'm like sitting here thinking, like, would it have been better to just play Jinx? Would we have just won if we played Jinx? Maybe. Because I would discard my hand, I would get a bunch of free Pow-Pows, but I wouldn't be able to play most of them, is the problem. So then I'd just be sitting there with a hand of Pow-Pows. Oh, Vayne died. Oh, right, to deal 1 or whatever. Fine. I mean, if you insist, game. Here, play this. Doesn't particularly matter, but this is just a big burn spell now.
I'm on a roll.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty good. I mean, and we have 10 mana worth of burn spells in hand, or I'm sorry, 10 damage worth of burn spells in hand. Plus we have all these free spells that we can play whenever. Yeah, I think that if we had just played Jinx, we probably would have just won that turn. Because it would have killed both of their blockers, and we would have 2 Death Rockets in hand. I don't think Academy Prodigy is going to be good. I'm not opposed to taking a Golden Spatula, though. We'll probably discard it a decent amount, but we gotta take something. +1/+1 is fine with me. I like giving Jinx some toughness in general, and some of these matches I think have removal. Like, he'll have some ways to actually kill creatures, so making her 1 toughness bigger isn't bad. Now this person does kind of throw a wrench in our plan, the Jhin. We have to go this way, though. Because we have to actually kill them twice. So we do have to pay attention to keeping their board under control and having a board of our own to actually win. One very quick way to lose with Jinx is to run yourself out of cards and then Jinx dies. And then there's nothing really that you're doing. You're just drawing whatever is on top of your deck and hoping it's good enough, you know? So I want to avoid that situation. I generally don't like this card, so I'm just gonna shuffle that one back. We'll have a 1-drop to play next turn if we want it. To play the cheapy Jinx. Oh, we'll have another 1-mana card to play even. I was thinking about Jury Rig, but you know, I'll take it. Hit them for 4. The nice thing about the Aurelion Sol missions I've noticed is that a lot of them only have 1 mana early. Like, I would really think that they would have 2 mana, like most things in, like, the Galio run have 2 mana, for example. This one, the early levels, like, they are against harder decks, but they aren't themselves much harder, if that makes sense.
What we do is so much bigger than us both.
Like, it's hard to understate just how important mana is in the game. Okay, so here's our dilemma. This stupid thing is going to hit us for 4. Do we heal 4 each game with this deck? Because this is like my most leveled up deck. We do. But I kind of don't want to think that way. Because it's really easy to just, like, get in that mindset and forget that, like, one, most people don't have this deck this leveled up, I don't think. I don't think most people have played this much Jinx. And second, giving up 4 damage on the first turn is a lot. The second turn, I guess. Their first round where they can attack. So, what I can do, though... I think I'm just gonna play this because we have to kill them twice. I don't want to discard so many cards, you know.
Done.
Now this turn we can equip here.
My first big mission.
Equip here. I was hoping they would play something else, and then I think I'm just gonna play this. Because all of these discards will remove the blocker.
We are doing it.
And then one of the one of the weirder applications of Pow Pow is that you can aim them at your own units if you need to. And that's going to come up right here. Because I would like to deal damage to them, or exactly 1 damage to them. I'm going to shoot my own thing here, so they get their plus health. Because if I'd hit them for another 5, they would have just taken 5, then gone back to 2. I don't think it mattered, but as a matter of, like, playing correctly, it matters to me. None of these opponents have been all that difficult so far. Maybe it's because Jinx's deck is absurd and I've got absurd items on her. It's really anyone's call. Who's to say what's going on here, ultimately? This is basically just free. It summons a thing, which kind of puts us up a card. If we want it. Oh, sure, I guess. That's fine. It also just discards a card, which isn't bad. Take our gold. I don't think we have anything we really need to cut from the deck, so I'm going to go to the shop. Is there anything that we want here? I mean, we could take a Mystic Shop, but that's kind of boring. Start with an Emperor's Dais. I think I'd rather have the bench space. Funny enough. Starlit Seer is not uninteresting, because we do have a decent amount of spells, but we actually, like, discard our spells a decent amount, too, so... Once we're hitting in the face with, like, Super Mega Death Rocket, I don't know that it matters what the next card we draw is going to be, you know? They duplicate their first card they play each turn. This is probably the strongest power in the game. Like, they literally just get to go, like, here's 4 mana worth of plays or whatever if they want. Here's 6 mana worth of plays. Here's 8 mana worth of plays. Big scary. This hand... kind of bad. I'm going to shuffle back those. We can have Pow Pow whenever we want. I don't need it here. Perfect. So, do they start with Zoe? Is the question. Oh. We don't get to know, apparently. Probably going to play the Messenger. I'm going to pass. Nexus +1/+1. Wait, why does it have +1/+1? Nexus +1/+1. When the foe summons a champion or levels it up. Gotcha, okay. I'm going to play Zonite Urchin. And perfect, we got rid of one of them. So the power is going to kind of do work for us in terms of getting rid of things. I'll just attack with everything. They'll block the 2-2. It's fine. Like, I could get it toughness by waiting, but at the end of the day, it's a dispensable unit for sure. We've got multiple golden spatulas in hand, otherwise known as multiple copies. Okay. Multiple copies of Pow Pow when we get to that point. Which, if we want it to be, is right now. Because I am somehow silly and keep forgetting that this is how Jinx works. If I get hit by a Zoe once, I think I'm fine.
Those who kill innocents are no more
And
than
the
thieves.
doubling up spells is going to get very obnoxious. Well, okay. I might have made a slight misplay there. This is going to get spell shield, but I don't think it'll matter because even if they do that, even doing that, it like we'll break through a spell shield very quickly once we play Jinx because we have so many spells to play. I'm gonna hold all of these rather than playing them because I would rather do Jinx things this turn, I think. So we'll do our free attack with Vayne, who will become a 10-8. And the equipment is now a 4-3 or something like that. Oh, never mind. It's the unit has. Attack, grant me +1/+1. So she got it. Weird. Okay, I thought the equipment got it. Anyway, let's discard our hand.
Rules are made to be broken, like buildings or people.
Also, if we just deal 3 enough time, or deal 1 enough times to the Zoe, it'll just go through this. Oh, they're just gonna be dead anyway. Like, it straight up does not matter. I forgot, they're not gonna, that was the last one where they're gonna die. They're copying their powers. Who cares? It doesn't matter. Here, have Death Rocket, which doesn't actually matter. Because the damage from our power trumps it.
Never done.
Well, maybe this is a quick record. Maybe this is like a bonus video. Because, I mean, sure, why not? We'll double Jinx's stats when we play her. I mean, I guess. Like, this might be just like, maybe this is like an upload for like a day where I can't record or something easily. It's like, this run will go up because, not gonna lie, this is not, this is a little easy even for what I was expecting. I'm gonna put back the spatula because I can go Steadfast Elk and Demacian Steel turn 1, which could be good. Alternatively, I could just play this Eager Apprentice, who I forgot was even in the deck. Here you go, Eager Apprentice. Hit you for 1. Let's put this on. It is now a 4-3. Ooh, wait, Diana, what? Was their power at game start? The foe shuffles 10 level 2 champions into their deck. They cost 1 less. Oh! Well, I guess then nothing I just did mattered. I'll pass. Like, dang. Okay. What did they get +1/+1 for? Round start, grant the foe's strongest ally +1/+1 for each of their allies. Got it. Play the elk. Convenient. Elk, block. We'll take 1 from you, Vandal Commando. Discard our hand. Draw 4.
I'll give you to the count of that.
And this is where, this is like the sort of turn where like I'm very happy to have this combination, because this actually could hinder us quite a bit if Jinx cost 4, and if we didn't get to like just kind of handle things now as like, say they found a way to make Nightfall again, that would be a problem. So let's just, you know, not let that happen. Instead, let's kill them with, kill Diana with Super Mega Death Rockets. Easily the most fun way to do it. 100% Jinx approved.
Listen.
In the interest of actually emptying our hand again... Oh, I thought it had Spell Shield. Doesn't that thing have Spell Shield? Oh, it died to the... It died to the power, not the cast. Okay, well, it doesn't matter. I was gonna say that I want to empty our hand again, but I don't think it matters. These poor opponents. Sheesh. Like, I know it's a computer, it doesn't have feelings, but I still feel bad. Like, they don't even get to pretend to stand in my way. At least against Varus, like, you know, we were doing silly things that looked outrageous, but, like, it kind of felt like a lot of things came together. This is just, like, the basic Jinx deck doing things. None of this matters. In my mind, but... we'll take this guy. He's big. Maybe there's a reason why we would care about having a larger unit. Alright, we can put Scout onto Jinx. In case something isn't going to die already, it definitely will to that.
I'll lead the way.
Okay. So they frostbite our unit, and... Oh, they don't give it vulnerable. And round start, they get a mana gem. They might actually be able to keep up with us a bit. I guess it depends on how much health they have. Like, do they have, like, 30 health? Do they have, like, 30? No, they have 25. That's not that much. I don't like that card. I'm just going to shuffle it back. Maybe I should have shuffled this back, too. I just didn't even remember that it had this. We're going to have to play a fair game. Never mind. I'm going to say we're going to have to play our first fair game with this deck, but no. Believe me.
And if it helps.
We don't have... What's a fair game? Oh no, we drew a Jinx.
And if it helps.
I'll attack like this. Keep our unit alive, because why not? You go, little Zonite urchin.
Faster than my arrow? I think not.
Then I'm going to play, discard. Which card? Discard. And then I can just... I think that I just flip the Jinx now, because this will kill their Ashe.
We're doing it!
Apparently Jinx flips before the last damage gets dealt, so Ashe got to stick around to watch Jinx's entrance right before everything exploded. Are they dead? They are not dead, I don't think. Because we can't... actually, that's not true. We can shoot our own things for the last damage. I mean... Y'all ever just, like, shoot your own units because they're going to be at 4 and you have a bunch of pow-pows in hand? Like, sorry, Zodite Urchin. I'm sorry we kept you alive just to do this. I'm not gonna play it. They tried to. Okay. Good for you. Wow. What a game. This deck is now officially a combo deck. This is going to be like a speed run. Me talking is going to take more time than some of these matches. Most of these matches. So we can get this. I'm going to take Poro Cannon because it says draw card. So now we have a bunch of these. It kind of works already with our game plan. It makes a Poro. It draws a card. Probably does our laundry for us. Does everything but win the game. That's Jinx's job. Create 3 Chrono Breaks in our deck. Well, unfortunately, that's not helpful. I don't want to. Like, in theory, we could try and, like, draw it on the right turn so that if Jinx dies or something, but most likely that just doesn't happen, so... Ooh, we can get more Poros, potentially. Nautilus. When any unit dies, heal the foe's Nexus 1 and the foe tosses 1 if they aren't deep. Legendary, you get a bunch of level 10s. Same deal on this side for the level up, and round start playing Flash Bombs. Flash Bombs could be annoying, because we do draw cards decently well, too. I guess I'll just go beat up Nautilus. Also, beating up Nautilus is more fun. I still hold a grudge against him from Path of Champions, like, version 1, where we, there was a different power on Nautilus, where he gave all of their units tough, and the first champion I was playing in the mode was Caitlyn. So, I had a bunch of flash bombs that didn't do anything, and I was very sad. I'm just realizing I could actually play Jinx turn 1 because with Plunder because I have Poro Cannon. I mean, yeah. I don't think we need the Pow Pows. They don't have units. They're still not going to have units, so me playing this is the same as is like 1 more damage than me discarding it. Because it also gets to attack. And then we play this. Also, she has Scout. Huh, I've accidentally built a combo deck. Neat. This is like activating. This is like now activating like my storm senses from when from Magic, from when I played Storm in competitive Magic. Yeah, let's throw some Death Rockets at her. Could I just attack and win? Also, yes, but I mean, maybe I'm trying to speedrun this. Maybe I should just attack. Here, well, we got this the Death Rocket animation in. Let's go. There we go. The opponent played a single Vile Feast to create a spider. The spider immediately was squished, and then they died. How dare they enter the game, I guess. They barely did anything. I'm going to take this because when it's discarded, it does something, and I think we've kind of, I've kind of discovered what is happening in this. Little buddies, round start, summon a random Poro. Adopt a Poro or fill your home. Aww. That's so cute. I've never actually read these. I don't want any of these, but that's fine. We come over here. Do I cut a card? The equipment are starting to look a little clunky. Let's cut the spatula. And by... Oh!
I like you.
Not the mirror. When the foe attacks, they play a Super Mega Death Rocket. Well, then they should never be allowed to attack, I suppose. But do they discard their hand when they play Jinx? Do they win the game instantaneously? Do we draw nothing but Jinxes? Yes. So, gonna shuffle those 3 back. Oh good, we've got the combo. Our 0 mana card plus Jinx. I feel kind of silly. Like, okay. They rummaged and they discarded a Jinx. Kind of interesting. So, I'm going to play units to stop them from playing a Super Mega Death Rocket. 100% because I don't want to take damage. Why allow them to take damage, or to deal damage to me? Like, what does that accomplish? Nothing. Nothing at all. So, we'll also draw 2 cards this next turn because of this, so not mad at it. And then we're going to hit them for 10 more. And then we're going to say go. After our very quick and fair turn 1. Bam, 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 bam. Now, we do admittedly have to kill them twice because they have, this Tryndamere power. So I'm going to say go. Oh, right. All of our units get +1/+1. Since I got that power, I don't think it's come up. Neat. Alright, gonna put this here. We can kill any unit that comes into play. I'll attack with this so that she kills on her own. Alright, they're gonna rummage. They discarded another Jinx? Weird. That was a burst spell, so they can do something else. Ooh, a jury rig. Okay, yeah. Wouldn't... Definitely wouldn't... Oh, they had 2 jury rigs. Okay, no, that makes sense. So they made 4 blockers, and that's probably smart, because that would help them survive. Unfortunately, we played 4 cards. We played 4 Pow-Pows. And now they're taking 28. This just feels so silly. Like this deck doesn't care about the Demacia cards in it. It doesn't... It hardly cares about, like, most of the cards in the deck. I guess I picked up the Poro Cannon twice. That's kind of cute. Otherwise, I feel like I'm cheating somehow. Last Breath Rally. Well, that's never going to happen. Spell Shield. I'm going to Spell Shield her solely so that she doesn't, like, get obliterated by some random Celestial card or something like that. Create a fleeting 0-cost counterfeit copies in hand. That's interesting. So we could use the counterfeit copies to make copies of, like, Poro Cannon and get more free plays? Sure, why not? What if we just, like, do even, like, increasingly more stupid things? I'm here for it. Our options: Zed with Legendary, and they can hurt us directly, or a Lulu that's going to make our strongest follower into a squirrel. Joke's on you, Lulu. Our followers are all garbage anyway. It's fine. Also, like, 90% of the times they're already 1/1s because all I'm doing is making jury rigs and, what's it called? I'm gonna shuffle everything away. Wow, we found the combo again. Oh look, this thing. I forgot we even took him. Oh good, we can even do all the cool things. So here's what we do. We copy the Poro Cannon, right? We deal 1 to them. And then we're gonna play this, and we're gonna deal another 1. Their legendary is game start, shuffle 10 2-cost champions. Sure. And then we're going to play this Daring Poro. Oh, and now they're going to decide that they need to play a card, and then we're going to play this Daring Poro, and their cards can, or it's all just going to go away. And then we're going to play Jinx. Tell me if you've seen this before. Stop me if you've already seen this one. I think you'll really enjoy this quirky deck guy that you've never once before seen. So then, because we have created cards cost 1 less, this is a little bit, though, what I'm talking about when way back at the beginning of the video, right? Is that Wild Inspiration, you created cards cost 1 less, is like one of the silliest powers. I feel like at common, it might be a mistake, but I like that it's common, so I'm not going to complain too loudly about it. It's just really, really good. Because you can do stuff like this, where it's like, all my stuff is created. Half of my plan is to create cards, and then you just win the game. All of our units got +1/+1. Oh no, she made 1 back into a squirrel. We drew this 5-drop thing. And we're going to attack for more than they have life anyway, and then the game's over.
We blew them all up.
Yeah, so like, without the created cards cost 1 less, we would not be able to do all of this. We would have to play more of a traditional game. Instead, I've accidentally built... This would be terrible, but it would be very funny that we could invoke a bunch of times. Probably the reason it would be terrible is that we barely have mana, and so we would just never empty our hand again, which might be a problem if, say, we're going against, like, Aurelion Sol with 50 health at some point this game. I guess I'll put it on this. It doesn't even matter. Honestly, now I just want to cut that card, but we won't have that option. Buy a power. The first card you play each round costs 1 less for every 20 cards that started in your deck. We have 40 cards in our deck. Okay. I'm going to do that. Why? Because I can. The real reason why being that now we can play like Vayne on turn 1 if we want. Or I could just play Jinx because she'll be discounted to 2. Or I could use the Eager Apprentice to give us mana before we discard, or before like I play another, like say one of the equipment, the what is it, the blue sword looking thing, I forget. Sheen, maybe? That might be its name. I'm gonna shuffle this back. We could play this too. It's not actually irrelevant. I act second. Well, that's a little homophobic. I'll just shuffle this back. I'm not... Now I'm like... That power is so strong just on its own, but it's just more mana discounting. That... Oh, we can't play the counterfeit copies first, by the way, now. Which is kind of interesting.
You know what my future is?
Is that thing a 3/3? That's annoying. And it's got quick attack. Wow. Imagine. I am going to play Eager Apprentice and give myself
Happy
2
to
mana.
do whatever's needed.
Because I want to.
That's a good one.
So they're going to play Summon 2 Scrap Scuttlers. Okay. Don't think that matters, but maybe it could. I'm going to use the counterfeit copies to make more Sump Dredgers, because that being 1 isn't bad. It also helps us discard like the Pow-Pows and stuff. Do I want to do anything with the mana? Not really. So then I'll play Jinx. Then discard my hand, we'll just blow up all of their stuff, and I have a million Pow-Pows in hand, and we're good. I actually thought at first that this was make fleeting Pow-Pows in your hand, until it, which would then discard, but unfortunately it doesn't. I don't think I said that. This was like when I put this combination of relics onto Jinx a few days ago, when I was trying to think up solutions for Tahm Kench. I do think that this would have destroyed Tahm Kench, for the record. Although it's mostly because I didn't realize how silly it would be with created cards. Cost of 1 less. So our opponent was granting their their units +1/+1. What a fool. You know, we didn't get to do anything else. We never got to copy more spells. We never got to use our Sump Dredger? What is that thing's name? The discard a card, draw a card 3-drop that is like a 4/3. Sump Dredger? I want to say that's right. None of this matters. So here, let's give Vayne quick attack, because I always think she does. Ooh, Aurelia. Aurelia is one of the hardest bosses in the game. The foe gets a mana gem, one of the strongest powers in the game. I don't think it's going to matter. Given how these games have gone, and that we have frequently, on turn 1, played Jinx, had a ton of cards in our hand to wreck their board, and then even if they somehow played something else, we still had multiple deal 3s, like free deal 3s in hand. I don't think that it matters. Hey look, we got Jinx, because we get to draw a champion for free. Sensing a theme with this, like, sensing a theme here, just overall. Could be wrong. I will play Zonite Urchin, because it's free. I could discard, I mean, we're going to discard everything here, is fine. So I'll just discard Vayne, 1 out. Or Sump Dredger. Then I'm going to use counterfeit copies to copy the Poro Cannon. That is a big Aurelia, though. It's not going to matter, but it is a big Aurelia. Now, sure. Here I was. And what am I going to do? What Poros am I going to draw? What Poros am I going to play? What if instead I just went up to this many Poros? Oh, this doesn't even matter. I can't. It won't get played. Well, I guess that's our answer. Let's play this, and we discard like 9 cards or something. Because our Poro Cannons all net a card, because it says draw a card on top. So, what are they at now? Have we stopped hitting them? I'm not even sure, really.
My homeland.
We've done this every round, more or less. Like, we've occasionally, at the beginning, we occasionally had combat. Now, just the second I play Jinx, because it's like, level her, we get 10 damage in rockets, which is only... Also, I'm just realizing what made this so good compared to before. They changed how Jinx works. Each round, the first time I level up, or you create your hand, create a super mega death rocket. Before, you would have had to empty your hand again. Now we just don't care. Okay, so you know what? This is novel in some way. This is literally the last thing we can reroll, so let's just do it. You know, it doesn't matter. We'll take that. In case we need to... Oh, we do have to kill them twice, so they have 30 extra health.
Naturally.
Does he just always say that?
Naturally.
Okay. So his power is that he's going to summon free champions. I wonder if any of them will be able to survive. Anything with toughness would actually be pretty good against us. And I'm even fine trying to jinx it, so to speak, because I want one of these matches to be interesting. I would like one of these matches to go for more than, like, a turn and a half, you know? Okay. So we've done all the things. So we can play a free card, which we will do.
How can I help?
I will play it this
I learned
Eager
that in
Apprentice.
class.
I learned that in... Shut up. And then I'm going to counterfeit copies of the Poro Cannon again. Then I'm going to play the Poro Cannon, and I'm going to discard the Jury Rig. We're going to draw a card. Ah, the chain stops there. Well, that's disappointing. But you know what? It's okay. the Behold the Infinite. Well played. Okay. And then play Jinx, discard our hand. They don't have anything in play, so we're going to get to hit them at least twice. But I don't think we can kill them. No, we definitely can. We can knock out their first life. Because Jinx will be 12, 24. This is going to put them to... what? 29, and then, like, these units will put them over. So, thing to note is we should actually attack with Jinx. Make sure Jinx isn't the first in the attacking order, and then all the ones go after everything else. I don't wanna. So attack like this so that the ones deal the damage. Because they do deal damage, like, kind of sequentially. So it flips up to 30 there. And then we pass, I suppose. I mean, even though we've got all these cards still in hand. Now, what did they summon? Is this a leveled win? That's kind of scary. That's spooky scary, you know.
What once was two, now
Oh,
is one.
boo. Get out of here with the Golden Sister. Not that. Alright. Well, let's make some Sump Dredger with that. Create a Tumble in hand is actually kind of interesting. But I'm going to kill the Golden Sister, kill the Silver Sister, kill this, or at least get as much damage onto it as possible. Play, discard, and then we will create a Super Mega Death Rocket in hand. Oh shit, they pulled us into combat? Rude.
Sure, boss.
And then that died. So we'll play a Super Mega Death Rocket, and that should be the game. You know what? I did say I wanted this to go more than a turn and a half. This is gonna go a two-ish round. Oh, level 2 Nasus is something. A level 2 Nasus is not nothing. Well, so we probably do want to, like, play things, hold on, a little bit before we do too much. But how? gonna get the scout attack in now with her. Oh well, that was just dumb. There's literally nothing they could do to stop this at this point. So like, whatever. I don't know why they didn't jump block the 13 damage, but okay. And there you have it. There is a Jinx speedrun. Honestly, it still took me 50 minutes, but that's with me explaining everything I did. If I had been trying to go as fast as possible, I think I could have done that in like 20. So, thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this demonstration of how silly Jinx is with now that she's been a little bit buffed, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye!